Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Sims Medieval Pirates and Nobles expansion included for Moss Stone Kingdom. And yes, I know Her Royal Majesty Queen Briar Rose is still abed, but I needed to show you guys how proud I am of her focus meter. Look at this! Look at this! Her focus meter is very focused. It is maxed out, and I thought it was quite interesting that it was maxed out because she very much enjoys having the lovely lute nearby and the lovely lute player, Harlequin Amelia. And they're currently best friends, maybe just a teeny pinch of a little bit more. We used to have quite a romantic fling with Sea Dog Casey, who we imagined was actually a pirate herself, if not a pirate queen, but we haven't seen her or heard from her forever, which is kind of a, thing that can happen when you end up with a pirate friend who goes off to sea all the time. And we also have been talking quite a bit about Maquias Kira, who is also very earthy and enjoys being part of the kingdom. So we might look into her in the future as a potential romantic fling for Her Royal Majesty. But we're really making a lot of acquaintances, and we're learning quite a bit more about the various members of our kingdom. And we should probably talk with Dame Alana, who is our Lady Knight champion, who is also in charge of all of our knights. So we should probably be friends with her too. But Her Royal Majesty has been doing quite well. I'm very proud of her. And we are now actually going to be reviewing military scenarios up next, after having proposed an edict yesterday that was successfully passed and had to do with supporting build masters when they were injured until they were able to resume their craft. And in that passing of an edict, we learned that we could garner the support of the merchant Prince Jaden of Tridony, but we cannot garner the support, unfortunately, of the only other political member, the only other ambassador from our surrounding lands that we have annexed, Deirdre, whose unclopped mouth was actually teaching one of the palace children how to cuss up a storm last time, and who also challenged us, very, very badly challenged us to a duel. And before we could get into a duel with her and possibly take off her head, we actually had Buildmaster Randolph, who loves family and is also earthy, so he's really the kind of salt of the land kind of guy. He interrupted the duel and prevented us from basically fighting her. So I'm not exactly sure where that will go. And I'm beginning to think that maybe the merchant prince is so greedy and kind of sticking around to see if he could possibly, get more from the queen. He definitely seems a little overreaching in some ways. However, we do need his support for all of those edicts. So that is one of the reasons that we are explaining why Her Royal Majesty shall practice some military scenarios and kind of interpret what may happen should political fallout happen one way or another. So I really love where the stories are going for the kingdom, but let us have our Royal Majesty hurry and awaken so that we can send her downstairs and get to work. All right, so she should be almost ready. Oh, your dream started out in the tavern, having a beverage. You called out some music to liven the evening. Oddly enough, two famous bards appeared and started singing simultaneously. One, wordsmith Andy Island, sang a bawdy and comedically ironic tale of crude romance. The other, crooner, sang a raucous ballad of a pirate adventure. Both refused to quit. You have to choose the song. Let's see about the tale of the adventure. Let's see. The adventure song was lively, and though it seemed to confuse multiple famous tales, perhaps Molten had had a bit too much to drink. No matter. The song was rousing and enthusiastic. You'll be humming to the tune for days. We have received the good song Stuck in Head buff. Yay! Yay! Woohoo! Emerald rested. Woohoo! Look at all of that. We're about to lose the well rage satisfied, but we can just wake up and with our morning gruel, babble on to the guards about our usual well rage and our desire to go hunt wells. That fits Her Majesty very much. Very well, you might say. All right, let's have her wake up because she is well rested, and I'm sure that people of her time and era would have woken up so early. Let's go ahead and check ourselves out to make sure that we are ready to begin our royal day. I really want to get her a little... In fact, let's go ahead and see if I can get her a little nightstand that can have professional hygiene. There we go. Yes, this is what I want. Like a washcloth. Ooh, that's so pretty. There's a gold wash pitcher. What? What? And chamber pots. What? So there's this one for a sludge and drudge, but I think the silver chased silver washing bucket. Wash buckets are used to wash the hands and face for when your sim needs a little spot cleaning. I feel like Her Royal Majesty would very much like to have one of those to kind of freshen up before she begins the day. Cost a lot of money, but you've got to look good. You got to look good when you got to look good, and we are the queen after all. Build Master Ranulph. No. How fare thee, sir? He's going to... Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Build Master Ranulph. Don't you dare get in the... Oh my gosh. This is so inappropriate. We're going to ignore Buildmaster Ranulph, and we are going to tidy ourselves somewhat. We are now clean. It feels good. We have a buff from that. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like we have... Do we have a buff from... Okay, I was hoping we would get a buff from looking in the mirror. Apparently not. But let us come downstairs. Inaseta? Inaseta. Okay, Inaseta's not here. So let's come downstairs and let's actually go ahead and make some food. We're going to make some flatbread because the queen actually likes simple breads. She also would love some apple pie, but that requires quite a few more of the items that we need to get. And she loves eel, actually, and royal custard. Multiple servings. Well, now, all we need for that is a bit of wheat and honey. So maybe we will be looking into that today as well, so that we can have something more delicious. But we did just spend all of our money on a wash pitcher, so we'll have to see. All right, I can't believe we have to make our own food, but at least it keeps us humble, and at least it keeps poison out of our food from Inaseta's devious ways. I do not trust that woman any further than I can throw her. Thank you very much. All right, Your Majesty, there you are. A nice breakfast to begin. And we also think it's well decorated down here, so I'm quite happy to hear that. There you are, Inaseta. You were not here when we needed food, but, well, at least you didn't poison me. All right, well, let's just go ahead and get straight to it. I feel like, oh my. What is happening here? Brewer, farm wife? The other day, the farm wife had the most curious, like, glow about her face, almost as if she were blessed with good luck. Maybe part fairy. I think we've actually seen some fairy-related people here. All right, so we are currently practicing battles. Yeah, and when we're done practicing battles, we should be able to move on the quest, which we're completely maxed out, so I feel like it's a good time to do that, even though I am loving playing with the queen right now. We'll have to see what comes next for her. Build Master Ranulph, if you will. I will practice military strategy with you. Ooh, actually, Ranulph seems busy, but what if we go ahead and we practice our military strategy with the prince, and we kind of analyze what he does and use that as an opportunity to analyze what political moves he might try to make in a battle with us. I think that this could be quite a clever way to kind of analyze the foreign prince and his motives, and to learn a little bit more about what he might try to do. Very clever, Your Royal Majesty. I think it's quite telling that all of his figurines are made out of gold, which they normally probably are for the opponent, but I like to imagine it has a little bit to do. Oh, with the prince. Also, it looks like the maid and the spinster are talking to each other. She's like, yes, I'm definitely a lot more fair than you are right now. Oh my gosh, that is gonna just like, oh, I'm gonna hurt my sides laughing about that. That's hilarious. And they're wearing the same outfit. You better watch out, honey, or you might be a spinster like me. No, I'm a lot fresher and younger than you, lady. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I think I practiced. Oh, I guess you have to practice alone. Okay, well, what edicts can we propose today? Let us examine this. I don't think that we liked that he was such a poor sport about losing either. So let's see. Do I want to propose any edict? A tax on all goods imported into Mossstone, or transfer revenue from tax programs to underprivileged mud pushers in Crafthole. No. I don't want to do either of those. She must be annoyed with his reaction to the military events. Look at him. He looks like he's a little bit embarrassed. So let's go ahead, practice military scenario. You better not have a touch of the plague, sir. Take your grimy self up to my wash pitcher if you must. All right, let's go ahead and practice this. There you go, Your Majesty. Oh, have we completed everything? Alrighty then. Cool. What now? We can read quite a few books. Maybe we'll sit down. You know what? Maybe we will go ahead and maybe we will ponder a little bit. Maybe we'll read the Watcher's Tower just for a moment. Just to kind of ponder. Oh, there we go. Quest complete. Huzzah! Huzzah! All right. Up at the top, congratulations. Briar Rose has reached Monarch level 7. Review your Simology tab for new profession benefits. A monarch is the sole ruler of the land. Great responsibility falls on this sim as his or her leadership and decisions affect everyone in the kingdom. The level 7 benefits: true striking combat tone unlocked and fighting proficiency moderately increased. We completed the quest at platinum level. With a sigh of relief and contentment, Lady Briar Rose the Great heads back to the castle, proud that her kingdom operates in such an honorable and majestic manner. We have received 30 RP, and we have gained security and culture for the land. So wonderful, fantastic, clap, 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 well to do, well to do. So we have now completed building some of the quest, and we have built up the RP. What quest do we have? There's a crab bandit about. What on earth? A royal holiday as well. Heir to the throne. Lady Briar Rose the Great having a midlife crisis with a realization. Ooh, that might actually be a good one at some nearby point. However, I think what I want to do now is I actually want to build the blacksmith. I want to build the blacksmith and unlock the blacksmith profession, because I believe that Lady Briar Rose wants to see the kingdom better outfitted, especially now that she's thinking a little bit about military tactics and military strategy, that she has those books on how to craft really good swords, and that she's kind of thinking about treasure, and she needs a good treasure digging shovel. She just needs like a fantastic shovel for digging up more treasure. Thank you very much. So let's go ahead and build a furnished smithy. I think that that's actually pretty important. And yeah, we'll go ahead and build a furnished smithy. There was no point in creating buildings to house and train military if they would be completely vulnerable to attack. Thus, the thick stone city walls were erected along these structures. Wow! Holy moly days! Look at the background, guys! There was no point in creating buildings to house and train the military if they were to be completely vulnerable to attack. Thus, thick stone walls were erected along these structures to defend against the mishmash of rabble-rousers, barbarians, bandits, thieves, and deadly chinchillas. Wow! Look! There's all these new houses! And there's our whole kingdom is surrounded by a stone wall now. I am completely blown away. I was not expecting that. And we can now make a blacksmith. We need to make a blacksmith, actually. Holy moly days. That's amazing. And actually, like, we can come over to the docks. Okay, the docks are the docks. We can build a lighthouse, which will actually add a lot of security, culture, and knowledge to our kingdom. But I am just like, what? I am so blown away. There's also, like, the tavern, which would unlock the bard profession. Let's see. There's the King Ball Court, which I think is just for fun, and Her Royal Majesty would probably enjoy relaxing in at some point. Then there are, of course, the 2 different priests that we could add in. Or probably I would make them, like, at least one of them a priestess. Look, we even have a royal wall over here now. That really ramped up security. Well, geez. Now, on that note, though, you may remember a couple of episodes ago, we actually ran into that young orphan that we really took a shine to. And I think it would be quite fun to actually believe that that orphan, who was of noble lineage and noble blood, but penniless, was brought into the castle as a ward of Lady Briar Rose the Great, and actually trained as a spy. So with our remaining RP, I would like to come over and build the spy quarters so that we can gain even more security and stability for the kingdom and even more knowledge, especially for the kingdom, and especially because the queen really wants to figure out what it would take to be an excellent treasure hunter. So let's go ahead and we are going to build a furnished spy quarter with all of our remaining RP points, and we are going to say that it is that young orphaned noble girl who we took in as a ward who has become our spy. There we go. The spy quarters are located in a shadowy corner of the east wing of the castle, fitting considering the nature of the business that goes on here, namely the darker side of political intrigue. So there we go. We now have a spy. We now have a blacksmith. Let's go ahead and create them really quickly. Oh, there's already blacksmiths we can pick. What? Or I guess these are randomized blacksmiths. So this is Darlai's Post, who actually will eat her parents, and she's a creative cook, but she's cruel. Whoa, I don't think so. And then there's Ty Krendel, who's fun-loving and excitable, but a glutton. I don't know, that sounds like he could be a really fun, literally a fun-loving, huge mood boost when having fun. Ty Kendall. Huh. He sounds like he could be like a hilarious blacksmith, but I don't know. I don't know what to do. Should I create my own blacksmith? At the same time, like a fun-loving blacksmith doesn't quite fit the idea of who I wanted to create. So let's go ahead and try creating our own. We'll just randomize until, oh, hello. Huh. Kind of baby-faced, but he's definitely got the arms for his work. I was kind of thinking that it would be fun just to randomize until I really find somebody who seems to fit. But let's try Tate. I can't imagine Tate from our Zoo Crafting series and our Sims 4 series being a blacksmith. So let's try again. Avery. Avery Myrick. Avery. I don't know if that's a blacksmith name to me. Orlando, Jediah, Jared. Jared actually is kind of a blacksmith's name. Whoa, to me though. Oh well. Okay, Clifton. Clifton Minard. Cliff. That sounds like a blacksmith's name, especially because of Harvest Moon Back to Nature. And then let's go ahead and I want to randomize his traits, and then we will actually start picking what his appearance will look like. I might randomize, this appearance isn't really speaking to me as a blacksmith, so let's try randomizing the traits. I already have an insomniac, so I don't really want another one. A cursed sim. Things never seem to go their way. Unkept and solitary. Huh. Well, you know, being solitary and cursed and a blacksmith willing to work with cursed objects actually seems like it would work out really well. So let's go ahead and put the unkept away and look at the other traits he can have. He can have adventurous, chivalrous. He can be a creative cook, dedicated, love their jobs, often take on a heavier workload than they can really handle. Getting more stuff done has its rewards, though, if they are up to the challenge. That sounds like it might be him. He could also be, I don't think eloquent or entitled would really be him. I don't think friendly or good or greedy or haggler, or scholarly. So yeah, I think that we'll have a solitary, dedicated, and cursed blacksmith. He could also be bloodthirsty, a drunkard, a guild enemy. He could have hubris. He could also be, let's see, puny, which is kind of hilarious, physically weak. No, I think that will make him cursed, and he's dedicated to his craft, but he's solitary because he is cursed. And we'll say that's because he handled like some cursed equipment as a child, or maybe he just has a curse. Bad fairy godmother incident. Doesn't really want to talk about it. But Clifton. So let's see, what would Clifton look like to me? No, not yet. Maybe. Getting closer. Not quite, but almost there. Almost. No, a little old. Maybe. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. You know, actually, we've had a few of them I actually think would be a good Clifton. Not that one. Like this one, this guy right here seems like he would make a good Clifton to me. Like he has traveled a long way. He has, and maybe not Clifton Minard. Let's try giving him a fancier name. Dexter, Hubert, Ross, Adelvis, Wade, Colin, Uther, Ernest, Let's see, Grady. I like leaving it up to the random generator because it seems to really know. Kirsten, Jeremy, Augustin, what the theme of this world is. But Steve. No, I don't think you're a Steve either. Kirsten. And I don't know. I imagine like a big burly guy. He is burly for sure for the blacksmith, but I like the idea that he's not exactly what you would expect. You would expect kind of like a portly village man who's lived there his whole life, and instead you have a solitary wanderer who's really good with unexpected swords, and that's maybe a bad thing. So we're gonna call him Kirsten, and we're gonna call him Lightfoot, which is the only name that he goes by, and that's actually his nickname in town, because, here, we'll even put it, dang it, I can't use special characters. We'll say that he's Lightfoot because he doesn't stay very long, at least not until now. And Kirsten, let's go, Kirsten, there we go. Kirsten, there, I like it. All right, let's see what kind of appearances we could give him. I just really like the idea that instead of being like the traditional village blacksmith, the portly guy who's got like strong arms and can defend his kingdom, that he's actually an import. And that also explains why he's willing to create and handle cursed material. All right, let's see what his clothing options could be. He may go for more humble clothing to help him blend in from time to time so that he doesn't really stand out quite as often. Like he may have, day clothes that make him blend in more. But this would be his outfit for when he first arrives into the village. And he may know, and we may make him know the Marquise, the beautiful Marquise, as like a friend, or at least from the same place at some point too. Wow, that's really dirty. No, he's not that unkept. All right, so this is going to be him, Kirsten Lightfoot. And no one really knows his last name. He's just known by Lightfoot because he likes to leave areas pretty quickly so that those around him won't be affected by his curse. So there's our journeyman smith, who will be very fun to play with. And then I cannot remember Her Royal Majesty's friend's name, the young spy that we want to have. Melicity Uncle. Dedicated and a jokester. That actually sounds kind of like her and kind of looks like her too, doesn't it? Can I like edit her at all? That actually kind of looks a little bit, well, except I believe the young girl had brown hair, and at her age she was a bit darker, and she definitely looked a little bit more, I can't remember her name, the orphan, and she definitely looked a little bit more boyish, I think. So let's go ahead and try this. Oh, hey now. I like your hair, lady. Your outfit is definitely, I guess, a spy outfit. And her skin color is a little bit closer to what we were going for, but she definitely has a very obvious appearance. So let's try again for the spy. This is a little better. No. A little better. It's kind of hard to find one that I feel you want to look like nobility, but you don't want to exactly be so attractive, or you just kind of want to be pretty bland. You want to if you're going to be a spy, you kind of got to look like you could blend in either way. You know? You got to look like you could Nope. You got to look like, oh, here we go. Something sharp and angular like this, that's a lot better. I think that this is a lot better. Yeah, because you could dress that angularity up with a fancy hairdo, and all of a sudden it's quite elegant, especially from the front, and her long features, like especially here, see what I mean? But then if you toss her hair back, she looks like she can just be in any kind of bar or inn. And I think that's what we're definitely going for when it comes to having our young spy. So let's go ahead and give her, ooh, this is nice, like a nice long braid that could go either direction, you know, like a peasant person kind of dressing up to look a little pretty, or like a noble woman who's just not really sure where her handmaiden went to help her with her hair that day. And then let's see what I can do with the skin tone and things like that. All right, because I do know that orphan definitely, she was a darker tone, and I definitely want to emulate that. So let's see. Yeah, this should be a good one, a good coloration for her. And then age modifier. Whoa, no, she definitely comes across as younger to me. And face details. Okay, there we go. Yeah, she needs to be able to blend in a little bit. All right, so let's actually try out her traits. She randomized Cruel, Haggler, and Eloquent. Eloquent would actually be really good for a spy. So let's actually keep the Eloquent. Haggler would be kind of cool, but I definitely don't think that that girl would be cruel. I kind of get the feeling that she's a little bit greedy more than anything because, you know, she didn't really grow up with much. She might even be a little bit puny, physically weak. Because of her upbringing. I don't think she would be insecure. They're often nervous and get depressed easily if their social life isn't going well. No, I don't think she would really be insecure at all. Hubris, so full of themselves, they often become blinded by their own hubris. No, I don't think so. I don't think she would be cowardly either. But I do think maybe she would be a compulsive gambler. And the reason I say that is because we said that her uncle actually caused her to lose all of the royal like her not royal family, but her noble family's possessions and their like land, everything that was supposed to be her right by inheritance. We're saying that her uncle caused her to lose because of his compulsive gambling when he, you know, took in the orphan. So we're going to go ahead and make her a compulsive gambler who is eloquent so that she can really, you know, hobnob, rub shoulders with all the Sims that she needs to. And I think I want to make her adventurous because she is going to be our little spy. And I think that being adventurous would definitely be a great trait for her. So there we go. All right. I love this. I love this. I love this. What is her name? Did I give her a name yet? Not yet. Jeanette Anderson. Jeanette. I like Jeanette as a name. She could go by a whole, holds the potential for so many nicknames. Jeannie, Jen, Nettie, you know what I mean, depending on the identity that she wants. And not Anson. Let's go with, gosh, I want something that sounds kind of noble. Pear Tree. There we go. So Jeanette Pear Tree, and she's from the Pear Tree line, and unfortunately their orchards, which were, you know, famous throughout the realm for the quality of their produce, now are in the hands of some very rich merchants who were very good at winning bets and kind of very smart with it. So she doesn't regret losing the family land because it was done legally, and it wasn't like anybody tricked her uncle. He just had no self-control. But, you know, it's nice to hold on to a little pinch of your heritage that way. All right, so let's check out the spy outfits. It's green! But I do believe that Jeanette might actually appreciate something a little bit more in the, like, purple range. Blues and purples may be her thing, especially because I believe she has beautiful blue eyes. And there's so many cool spy outfits! What? There's so many cool outfits. I love this. This is so cool. Dang. Wow. This is going to be fun. This is going to be really, look at this. I mean, look at this. This is going to be really fun. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and let her wear this outfit as our little spy. I think this will fit her well. I think she prefers slightly more, like this kind of outfit the most. Seems to be the one she prefers when she's really out doing some hardcore spy work. But we'll go ahead and just have her wear this as kind of a casual one that, you know, you can look both ways again. Noblewoman? Citizen? You could go either way with that. But all right, so there we go. We now have our spy and we now have our blacksmith. And I am so excited to be able to actually work with them. I just cannot believe. Did we not furnish her? Oh, we can jump in and furnish her room. That'd be so cool. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, I'm done. But next time, my friends, now that we have created our spy, now that we have created our blacksmith, now that we have surrounded the entire Mossstone Kingdom village with some protective walls, we will have to see what quest awaits our kingdom next. And I will see you guys then. Bye-bye.